Hi, it's the Lipstick Gal. Thank you so much for watching today. Let's do another makeup updates. I have a bin in front of me full of all sorts of things. Some of these I've had for longer than I meant to before checking in with you, but let me just share them with you. The first thing that I put on today that has been like an instant go-to. If I want my skin to look flawless, hello. This TIRTIR red mask cushion is so good. So good. I'm 49 years old. I don't find that it settles into my forehead lines. I don't get problems with it settling in through here or corners of my nose. It looks beautiful. I wore this yesterday and I perpetually have a problem where when I put my sunglasses on, whatever makeup I have here, no matter setting spray, no matter powder, anything, it just sticks to my sunglasses, and then I have two red patches in the shape of nose pads on my nose. Guess who didn't have that problem? So for that reason alone, this is amazing. And it held up really well in 100+ degree temperatures. And I've been wearing this through the summer. Normally I don't reach for products that are this full coverage because I don't want to be sweating off full coverage in the summertime. This hangs tight. This is really good. It stays on until I take it off. And I am so impressed with this. It's $25 on Amazon. I'll leave a link for you below, but boy, is she beautiful. Another winner. Oh my goodness, I'm obsessed with this. This is the RMS Hydra Setting Powder. This is the lightest shade. There are 4 shades, and she is so lovely. The one thing I did end up doing, I'll just be honest and tell you, this had a hinged sifter cover. I took it off. I broke it off so that I can put the lid on, tap stuff out, because the amount that I was getting out without making a mess on my table was like laughable. It was so little. And then when I left it open and the hinge was still on there, I tried to put the cap on and tapped it out, and then I had powder everywhere. So the easiest thing for me to do is to use it kind of like just a lid, so that I don't continue to get more stuff in here as it kind of shifts around in my makeup bag, on the table if I drop it. I did take it the other day in a full bag of makeup in my purse so I could do my makeup in the car on the way. This is great. I really, really like this. I'm wearing both of these, the TIRTIR in this today, and what I like about it is my skin looks matte, but it doesn't look dry. This is beautiful under the eye. Temperatures have been anywhere between 100 and 110 for the high over the last couple of weeks. And I've been wearing these two together and I have been so impressed. I'm even using this today with no concealer. So these two together make for a beautiful combo on my more mature skin. All right, something else that is so mature skin friendly that I'm head over heels for is this. This is the Hyper Bronze from YSL. This is the All Hours Hyper Bronze. I have the shade 01. Man, this is so pretty. I'm wearing this today as well. It is very, very light. And I like that it's light. I definitely wanted it for that reason. I was trying to decide between this one and the one from Armani. And as I was in store, I'm very rarely in a brick and mortar store, but as I was in store at Sephora, I noticed as I was swatching them, the Armani one had more of a yellow lean. So if you have a cool undertone or even a neutral undertone and prefer things that are neutral to cool, I would stay away from the Armani, but this one here from YSL is stunning. I really, really like the packaging. I always love the quilted packaging. They have it on this, they have it on some powders, they have it on their mini Clutch Couture eyeshadow quads. I think it's great. That's stunning. This is the new highlight from Patrick Ta. This is the Major Glow Cream and Powder Light Reflecting Highlighter Duo. Okay, mine is in the shade My Love, because the first one I got, I'll link the video for you down below, where I tried the shade Sugar. It was beyond disastrous. I like the shade, the powder in Sugar better than here in My Love, but the balm here works really well because look, it looks like a balm and you can tap it on over a set powder and not pick anything up. That's what I want. The problem that I had with the Sugar shade is I put my finger in there and as I pulled it out, it was as if I had stuck it in frosting. It was as if I'd put it in a jar of night cream and the night cream was so heavy it was sticking in a deep peak on my finger. You know, the type where you stick your finger in there and it's so heavy you can turn it right side up and it's still a peak. she was thick and she was not balm-like. I mean, I could mush it between my fingers and then tap it on, but it was just too much. I got too much off when I was trying to get the balm out. This formula is better. I know some people are very critical of this because they are expecting a cream in here instead of a balm. But it's supposed to, I don't know, I think it was formulated purposefully to be a balm because it's sheer. Now, the texture is a cream texture, but we're not getting the same sort of texture. It's just slightly more emollient than the one that comes in the bronzer duo or in the blush duos. And I think the reason for that is because it's a different animal altogether. And I like the sheer kind of clear, glassy look that I get from it. It makes my skin look really beautiful, but the powder on its own does not look pretty. I feel like there are times that I reach for the balm and not the powder, but I'll never reach for just the powder. The powder does look a little dry, but when I top it with this, I get that really beautiful soft reflectivity that's in here that looks dry and white. And part of it is because, you know, it's a powder and it's white, but together they're beautiful, or the balm on its own is stunning. I have been liking this, but remember, I also like that Chanel Balm Essential, which is basically like a clear balm in stick form that I rub my fingers over and tap on. So samesies, but less expensive. I have some mixed thoughts. All right, I'm wearing this today. If you're looking at my eyeshadow and you really like it, you would probably love this. This is a Quint from Dior. This is our 5-color, what is it? There, Dior Show 5 colors. This is number 429, Toile de Joie. I don't know how to speak French, so I'm doing my best, sorry. But this right here is one of those that you get a really beautiful, really soft look. I don't know how somebody with skin who is like medium, how this would show up on them. I think you might be able to get these 2 shades here to show up, but I think these 3 wouldn't happen. I'm surprised because a lot of the color I have in my crease right here is coming from these 2 shades. And they're the darkest. The other problem I have with this are these 2 metallic shades here. They're just, I mean, underwhelming. Underwhelming. Now I know they're meant to be the sort of thing where it looks beautiful on a more mature eyelid. That's where I'm at right now, and I'm looking for something that looks elegant, and it looks okay. Do you know how hard I had to work to get these shimmery shadows on the lid? I needed a setting spray. I needed to wet my brush. I needed to put down eyeshadow primer, and I usually, and you're probably like, I do that all the time. Okay, I don't. I almost never wear primer. Like maybe 1 out of 10 times I'm putting on eyeshadow, I'll put on primer. It's rare with me. And then on top of that, the minute I feel like I have to use setting spray on a brush to pick up or to intensify the pigment of a shadow, I'm like, I don't want to try that hard. I want it to be good straight from the pan. And if this is what I'm getting, it looks okay here, but it doesn't look great here. I mean, it's okay, but then I can't have that transfer to my eye. It's like, did you do anything? So I've heard a lot of people tell me, I asked this question before, they say that the limited edition Quints actually perform better than these ones that are in the lineup all the time. That to me is terrible. They have said that they all used to perform really well before they reformulated, and this is the reformulation, and I am so underwhelmed. I remember falling in love with the YSL Clutch, Mini Clutch Couture, and I was like, oh, I need to try more luxury eyeshadow. So then I bought this, and I was like, now, that's what I don't like about it. But on my eye, I mean, this look is so pretty. I feel like this screams rich lady. And I'm certainly not, but it feels very elegant. It feels very understated. It feels very soft, kind of like just barely. And if that's what you want, you'd like this. So just keep that in mind as you're thinking about, do I want a Dior Quint or do I want more pigment than a Dior Quint offers? I picked up these new reformulations of the NARS blushes and I am in love. The shade that I'm wearing today is this one here. This one's called Forbidden. And you can see that it's really deeper in the pan, but it's very mild on the cheek. I like that. The one that I could not stop using, and I'm like, use the other one. You haven't hardly used the other one. Is this one. This one's called Behave. So this kind of more beige leaning shade here and this one here that has a little bit more peach in it. They're really pretty. They're both desaturated, which is what I'm looking for these days. because I took a good look at myself in the mirror and I will tell you, all I saw was clown cheeks. This one here is Forbidden. This one here is Behave. And they're next to that bronzer from YSL. But these are beautiful. And even though Forbidden here looks a little bit darker, it's what I'm wearing today, and it's really not. A lot of it is that it's buildable, that you can get the intensity out of it that you want. But this formula is beautiful. It lasts really, really well. And I want to get another one. It's a really light, desaturated, kind of cool pink. I think it's Sex Appeal. I could be wrong. I don't always love the names. I'll just be honest. I don't love the names because they're so descriptive, but I do love the colors and the formula is great. These are the two eye paints from About Face that I use less than the other ones. I have two mattes that are in very neutral shades that I just can't stop wearing. Now, these two are beautiful and stunning, and I wanted to try all different types of the eye paints from About Face. This one here is the Fractal Glitter. This is the shade Glitch. Man, this one is so pretty, especially when you kind of, when I thin it out, I can start seeing some of the different shades of pearl that's in here. We've got some silver, we've got some pink. There is a little bit of blue. It's really pretty, and it's pretty both built up and not. I use this as eyeliner sometimes, and it's really fun. The other one I have is the holographic one. Oh my goodness, this one's so pretty. This one I also like using, and it looks really fuchsia here, but if we catch it in the right light, it turns, you see how it's a little bit green? And you might see it better here, but this, it has some green to it, it has some gold to it, and you can see those qualities in the tube as I'm kind of turning it around. So you'll get that when the light hits it differently, but the way the light is hitting right now while I'm filming this video is it's like fuchsia. But these are really fun. I like this as eyeliner on days when I'm wearing hardly anything. I have another multi-chrome eyeliner that is a legit eyeliner. And I have been having fun using that. This one I'll grab, and I'm so glad I got the new set of BK brushes. They're not new, just I got some new BK brushes. But this little tiny 208, I now have 3 of these. I love this brush with my whole heart. One came in like their complete set. Another one came in their set for eyes. And I had purchased one initially like more than a year ago, but mine is always ready because I was using it. So now that I have 2 more, I'm like, hooray. Anyway, so what I'll do is I'll take a little bit of this on a teeny tiny brush and give myself some winged liner. And it's so much fun because when the light catches it and it's green or it's gold or it's that beautiful orchid magenta shade, people are like, "Ooh, what are you wearing?" And it's really fun, really easy, and it hangs tight all day. Both of these really wear well. Keep in mind, I don't have oily eyelids, but I don't feel like I have to use a primer with either of these. A couple more eye products from About Face. Here's one that I'm wearing today. This is their Artist Line eyeliner. This is a gel pencil, and this is in the shade Devil's Play, and it is a really pretty kind of, I don't know, eggplant. I was going to say aubergine. I'm like, we don't say that on this side of the pond. We call it eggplant. But this eggplant shade is really beautiful. I do like that we have a pencil sharpener here in the end. If you like a sharper pencil, then you get with something that you can twist up automatically. And I did get one of their eye crayons. This is the shade Pearly. It is so pretty. I like that these are both very cool. They do have warmer shades, but I've really been liking cool toned eyeshadows recently. So sometimes I'll wear this on the lid and this on the lash line and a black mascara, and I'm done. I'll tell you, this does not last in my upper waterline. My eyes kind of go through the formula. Even though it stays really well above the lash line, it's what I'm using to create my wing with that little teeny tiny 208 brush. I'll, grab what's at the end and drag it out. I'm using this on the upper line today, and in the waterline I decided to put something else just because it wasn't lasting. And the other problem I have is that when I put this in my waterline, I end up with purple down here and then collecting in the corners because my eyes are perpetually watering. And when you have a watery eye and it's eating through your eyeliner, whatever color it is, that's the shade of whatever puddle you're gonna have here. So I try and keep this above the line. I know my particular situation with watery eyes is different because not everyone's going to deal with that. But this crayon stays really well. And these guys, look, when they're set, they're set. They don't go anywhere. That I think speaks really well of these. And these are affordable. You'll find them on the drugstore side at Ulta or on the About Face website. The lip combo I'm wearing today is also from About Face. I fell in love hardcore with their matte fix lip pencils. This one is the shade Midnight Seduction. It's a really pretty, slightly darker mauve. I have one in Little that's a little bit, here's the Little one. It's a little bit more pink. This has a little bit more brown to it. This, you can see some of those cooler purple tones coming through. So if you want more of a mauve, but if you're looking for something that is kind of like a pinky brown, but leans more brown, Midnight Seduction. These, when they set, they don't go anywhere at all. And I really love the texture of their Light Lock lip gloss. It's got a really interesting, slightly bent wand here, and the gloss is really pretty. And also, look at that. Very pigmented. This is what I have on my lips today. And because I didn't expect this to be as opaque as it is, I usually put it on and then I move it around with my finger. There is a slight mint to this. You can smell it just barely. And you can feel it just barely for like the first minute or so. It's not like it's really tingly, but there's a little bit of something going on there. So if you don't like any sensation on your lips, you wouldn't like these at all. And this one here is in the shade Adore Me. But I have been really liking this pencil with this liner. Really great. You've probably heard me talk about these. These are the new Balm Embrace from Lisa Eldridge. I have all 5 colors. I'll link the video for you in the description down below where I swatch them, and also the one where I swatch them next to shades that are similar in the Lisa Eldridge line. So if you have an extensive Lisa Eldridge lipstick collection, or you have a few shades and you're wondering how the Balm Embraces match up, check those out. The one thing I'll tell you, these have been really easy and fun to wear. These lightest 3 here in Meet Cute, Epanoui, and Sweet Fig are the ones that I can wear without a lip liner. I can wear them with a lip liner, but the reason I say I can wear them without a lip liner is I find that this formula, although it is really balmy, it is really hydrating, it is really glossy, it doesn't last terribly long on my lips, and it also travels. So if you're looking for something that's not going to start finding your fine lines and kind of going out, you might want to stick to the lighter shades or skip this formula altogether. Now, I love the way that it feels, I love the way that it nourishes, and I really love these lighter shades. So I wear these and apply with Wild Abandon, and if I get a slightly fuzzy lip line down here, you can hardly tell because these are so close to my natural lip color. This one looks a little bit more peachy. This one looks like my lips are slightly rosier, and this one looks like they're slightly more like a nudie tan shade. The problem I have are with the 2 darker shades. The one in Red Curve is beautiful, love. But if I don't wear this with a lip liner, your girl's in trouble, because then it starts finding all of those lines and then it looks like a messy clown with sheared out makeup. Okay, that might have been a bad visual for you, I'm sorry, but it's not pretty. The same with the dark one here in Metropolis. I love this shade, it's so beautiful. I think it's such a modern, deep shade, like a blackberry. I like that it's sheer, but I wore this one day and I just reapplied every time my lips felt like they needed it. By the way, I'm reapplying every 1 to 1.5 hours because my lips just like suck in all the moisture. But the one thing that I noticed is in doing that day, I had a lot of color down here in like little lines. I had a very fuzzy lip line and it looked like I had overlined my lips with a glossy balm. It was not pretty, and I hadn't really been paying attention, just going about my day, and no one in my family said anything. And they know if I have lipstick on my teeth, if something's going on with my face, they're supposed to tell me so I can check it and fix it. Either they didn't notice and it wasn't that bad, and when I looked in the mirror, I was like, oh! Or they were just being kind. They're like, you know what, Mom's had a long day. Let's not let her know that her makeup was a little outside the lines. So I would say these are for someone who has no problems with lip lines. You know, if you've got really young, taut, beautiful, plump lips, you'd love these. If you are like me, dealing with signs of aging on your lips, loss of volume, use these with a lip liner or get the lighter shades and just apply them like a lip balm. That's how I've been enjoying them. And the ones that I've used the most are those lightest 3. Last thing I have for you are a couple of red lip products, one really sheer and one really opaque. This is the Prismaglass lip gloss from Armani. This is one that I really love the look on my bare lips. It's so pretty. I mean, it's hardly anything. This one's called Cherry Glaze. This has a very slight tingle to it when you first put it on. It almost feels like it's numbing my lips, and it's not really like a tingle like a mint or a cinnamon where it feels kind of spicy, but it's more like numbing, and it goes away after a few minutes, but if you don't like things like that, keep that in mind. I don't find this particularly like high shine. I don't find it particularly plumping. It doesn't really seem to plump, or I don't think it claims to plump. It's okay. It's really pretty on the lips though. So just to give you an idea of what this looks like, it's just enough color and not too much. I did put this in my June fails, and it's not because I don't like the gloss. It's not because there's anything functionally wrong with it formula-wise. I like everything about it. I like that we have kind of like an oval package. It's, you know, oval one way, and on the other end it's like twisted and going the other direction. I love everything about this except for the $38 price. Now, if it was a $38 lipstick, and I don't know why I don't have a problem paying, you know, like upwards of $60, $70 for a lipstick, but the minute it's a lip gloss or a lip oil, I feel like those should be less. I don't know why. That doesn't always make sense to me, but it's a $38 price point because I go through this gloss. Look, I'm already halfway through and I barely had it a month. I think that's what it is, because I don't plow through a lipstick that quickly. Because there's more pigment in a lipstick, I need less of it. These don't always have the same tenacity to hang on for hours and hours and hours. I find myself reapplying more often, but if you like a sheer kind of reddish tint for summer, you probably would like this. Just be mindful of that $38 price point. But there's nothing wrong with the formula. There's nothing, I love the color. I love everything about it, just not the price. Last lip product I have for you is from Rabanne. This is their, I think their Glassy Shine lipstick. And oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. This is the most high maintenance red I've purchased in a long time. Let me put it on for you and I'll tell you what I mean. I got the name wrong. These are the Drama Lips. Okay, I like that this formula doesn't go outside of my lip line on its own. That I think is a huge hit, especially for a red, but I'm still dubbing it a high maintenance red, and you may be wondering why. The reason why is if you get this on anything at all, I don't have a beverage here with me, but if I was, you know, sucking out of a straw, let's say I went through a drive-through and I got myself a soda, and as I'm driving, I'm not looking at, you know, where the lipstick is already on the straw. I'm just putting the straw in my mouth, sucking down that sugary water, and the next thing I know, I flip down the mirror before I go into the grocery store or whatever, and I find that I have like got lipstick like down here because I was holding on to the straw and pulling down a little bit, and any residual lipstick left on the straw was touching down here, and it got outside of, oh, it's so frustrating. Also, if your hair gets in this because it's windy, because it's a cream lipstick, and then you pull it out, guess what? Trails of red. This doesn't on its own go outside my lip line, so I love that about it. I love the color of this. This is the shade Red Seal. It's beautiful, but I do find this on my teeth. I do find this outside of my lip line. I have to completely remove it before eating or drinking, because if I'm drinking out of a glass, if I don't always put my lip back exactly where the first lip print was, forget about it. I'm gonna get like color here. I'm gonna get color here. I do really love this shade though. It's so pretty. And that's one swipe. It's the most pigmented, beautiful red lipstick. It's super comfortable. I like everything about it, except I just really have to be on like the we're not eating or drinking while I'm wearing this lipstick. And the truth is, if I'm going through my day, I'm having a cup of coffee, I'm having water from my water bottle, I might eat a snack. I don't want to find it on my teeth or outside of my lip line. And it doesn't do it on its own. It's just because maybe I'm not as tidy an eater as I thought I was, but I don't normally have this problem with other lipsticks, just with this one. Felt like that bright red from Rabanne was like overpowering my blush, so I swapped out my lip product. Hey, thank you so much for watching. I would love to know, what products have you purchased recently that either you're super impressed by, or the ones that kind of let you down, the ones that you were expecting to love, because we never go into the store and buy something going, oh, I bet I'll hate it. I always go in going, oh, this looks exciting, this looks so cool, I really want to know. And when I do that and I'm disappointed, that's when I'm super bummed out. So some of these things were just smash hits, and other ones, not so much. Let me know what those are for you. Thank you so much for watching. Keep in mind, I'm linking everything in the description box down below, but they're affiliate links. You can use them or not, that's up to you. I'll see you again soon. Thanks.